Hey Cancer, here comes the month of August 2023, and you're going to find there's a lot of stuff going on here to do with potential travel opportunities, but also a shift in your finances. It's going to reset you for the next 4 years. We're going to go into some depth about that financial reset, as well as those travel opportunities and expansion and growth opportunities connected as well to your online world. In a few minutes, we're going to talk about as well a really powerful Venus moment in the sky in August that particularly looks good on you. Before we go ahead and talk about this in great depth, my name is Lori Lothian. I happen to be a whole sign house Hellenistic Western tropical zodiac astrologer, not sidereal. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. Please hit the bell for notifications, subscribe, and all that stuff. You know the drill. Hey, I have a promotion this month. I'm sharing in every one of my videos, and I'm just doing this because I love this app and I'm a brand ambassador. I'm only a brand ambassador for things that I truly enjoy. And this Aura app is a mindfulness, sleep, hypnosis, meditation app. It is really wonderful. It won some kind of Apple award. It's got millions of subscribers, and I'm pitching it because it works. You know, I had such a stressful last couple months in work in which I just about hit the wall. What I call it the burnout month or two of a century. I am just getting ready to take vacation as I record this on July 18th. And this app really helps me chill out at the end of a hard work day, or even in the morning to set my day up right. And so I love the sound baths. I love the hypnosis, the guided meditations, but there's coaching calls. There's something for everybody as well. Like the live coaches are really cool, and they give advice on all kinds of things. So live business and relationship and, you know, mental health coaches as well. Now, I'm going to show you one thing from the app, and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of this app story and get back to you. But I just like sharing this quote. I'm looking down at my app to open it, and I'm going to share it with you. And this is the app. Well, when you open it up, right, it says Aura, and then there's this button to get into the actual app. I'm not going to open it because I just want to share the quote with you. Every single day, there's a new quote that comes into the app, and you can sync it to your calendar, and it shows up on your calendar too. And it's one of today's quote, July the 18th, is one of the happiest moments in life is when you find the courage to let go of what you can't change, by Anonymous. So hopefully that gives you some juice today as well, and you can use that quote to navigate the month of August. Alrighty, so number one, if you are a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, you know, you're primarily somebody, excuse me, it's been a long day of talking, who is ruled by the moon. We'll be talking, therefore, about the new moon to full moon cycle for you this month. But before we get to the lunation cycle, I want to mention something else. This is a month in which you're having an intense energy of a potential reset in your finances, courtesy of Venus. Venus, the goddess of money and love, has been from June the 5th and will be until October 9th, traveling through your second house of resources, money, possessions, earnings, self-worth, self-value, as well as food you put in your mouth. This kind of lends itself to an all big smorgasbord of change here, but change for the better and change for the good. And what Venus will do in August particularly is come into contact with two planets in a very challenging but exciting way, Jupiter and Uranus, as well as a Venus star point as she meets with the sun on August the 13th. And that's also going to reset for 4 years your relationship to your money and to your food. So let's begin. Let's start off with the idea of the more gnarly tension that Venus is creating in the sky. And I'm not going in chronological order for all events. I'm highlighting things. So Venus will come into a square or a difficult challenge to the planet Jupiter, who is moving through your 11th house of great gains in the sign of Taurus. Now, this is a wonderful transit. This can lend itself to the whole next year until the end of May next year, being very prosperous, you know, having more great gains, luck, and surplus monies coming from your career, and expanding your reach and influence in the world, and expanding your social groups of friendships and networks. It's an exciting every 12-year transit. But at the same time, we have this Venus who is in direct motion in the sign of Leo. And what she does from August the 8th to the 10th is she comes into a square to Jupiter. This can look like a flashpoint of some kind of tension or difficulty. And Jupiter has to listen to Venus because he's in her sign. So she's the boss of him, with a sibling, an elder sibling in particular, around money or values or food, as well as perhaps just tension between the great gains from your career and the social groups and networks you belong to in general, and things you're doing to do with your work, money, and food style areas of the sky. And Jupiter brings opportunity. So this could also be a golden opportunity through an elder sibling, through a friend, through somebody in your career space, particularly, that you also may be having friction with. I mean, it is an opportunity. It could be a great financial opportunity, and you may be in a bit of resistance. So look what's going on between the 8th to the 10th and ask yourself why. Well, because Venus is moving very slow here. She's getting ready to retrograde. The second thing she's going to do in this more intense energy is square Uranus on August the 21st to the 25th. Now she is in retrogradation, right? She started that retrograde. Let me double check my math. Yeah, she started that retrograde motion. And oh, did I say she was in direct motion on that first one? I apologize. Brain, been a lot of work today. So she is in direct retrograde motion through the whole of the month, right? So that started July 22nd to September 4th. So I apologize. So the first time she touches a square, that square to Jupiter that I just mentioned, which was August 8th to the 10th, she is retrograde. And then she's, of course, retrograde still as she comes into a square to Uranus. Now, Uranus is like unexpected lightning bolts of change, unexpected developments in your elder sibling connection or in your friendship circles or in your wishes and hopes and dreams for your life or in your 11th house pennies from heaven. Now, Jupiter Uranus here can bring some unexpected windfalls. And yet Venus in the work and earnings house is kind of in a tension mode here. It can be all kinds of things. It could be an unexpected financial bonus, and Venus wants to continue to do her hustle and produce money, and you're not so sure. But because she's retrograding, she's also asking you to reevaluate your values around money and work and finances, and to go maybe into a deeper connection to your courage or your deeper heart, the heart of the lion energy that's here, about what it is you wish to do around joyful earnings of money and where your true values lie with the way you resource your finances in this lifetime. Now, you also have some other stories happening in the sky. The Venus star point is resetting your money story for another 4 years. Go back to August of 2019 and go back to the summer, August of 2015, and she was resetting here in Leo. So you get an every 4-year reset since 1987. This is when this began, when the Venus star points happen in your second house. And you kind of reset the direction, the momentum, and all of that about how you wish to make money. But you go back to 2015 to look at your money stories and how you might have reset that. I have a Cancer rising sister, and that reset her towards retirement. And by the time the 4 years had passed, she had retired from her hustling nurse career to become a healer. So sometimes it's something like that. So Venus retrograde is also asking you to go backwards or to gear down in some way. So sometimes that means leaving behind and changing something in the way you earn the money you earn. Also, thinking about the idea here that you may have to voice something and you want to do it in an eloquent way. And Venus is helping you reset that button for beautiful speech or kind speech or harmonious speech, as particularly to regards to friends and allies and larger groups of belonging, maybe even towards an elder sibling, your 11th house. Let's talk about Mars. Mars is going to be moving through the sign of Virgo. He's there with Mercury this month of August. So let's talk about the two pieces of the pie here, because it's going to bring positive developments and they could be quite exciting, but to do with travel, to do with even money luck as well. So first of all, your third house is travel. It's short distance travel, and Mercury enters there on the end of July the 29th, all the way through to October 5th because of a retrograde. And the retrograde isn't until August 21st. We'll be talking about that later. But also the idea is that Mars is also present here. Now, Mars entered into the sign of Leo. I'm looking at my math here again on July the 10th and does not leave until August the 26th. And so Mars in Virgo with Mercury there, Mercury will boss him around because Mercury owns Virgo real estate and Mars is living in the house that belongs to him. So there's a very strong Lord at home and domicile telling Mars what to do. So Mars in your third house could mean conflict and arguments with a sibling, or difficult challenges connected to contracts, deals, and negotiations for travel, or some exciting developments full of passion to do with your online website and your online social media. That's Mars, Mercury in your third house. But Mercury's got some nobility, debility. He's not debilitated, he's nobly placed, and he's trying to make everything wonderful. And the two of them are basically in a sort of month-long trine to Jupiter in your 11th house, which can include pennies from heaven. That would be the local bingo hall, the local lottery, or something like that, the neighborhood placement, but also this is opportunities for travel. Mercury is a patron protector of travel, and Mars loves to go on adventures. Adventurous travel connected to the word siblings, either being hatched or plotted in the month of August, or actually taken. So let's break this down a bit with the Mars story, for example. Let's say that in the beginning of the story, in the month of August, as we start the month, August 1st to the 4th, we see Mars in a trine to Jupiter. Now, this is so exciting because Jupiter-Mars trines are positive. They're like bounty good opportunities opening up for you to make decisions or take actions regarding learning, teaching, skills-based learning and teaching. These are third house things. Siblings, travel, passionate communication to do with websites or online social media platforms, writing projects that are passionately engaged with some lucky breaks from people in power who support what you're doing, Jupiter in the 11th, friends as allies. And, for a lot of you, it's just going to feel really good because whatever you're doing in that third house is suddenly being blessed by Jupiter in the 11th. And Jupiter is like sending love beams and rays of goodness towards this whole third house story. Certainly some of you can definitely benefit from an elder sibling during August 1st to the 4th. You may also find that later on with the Uranus also sitting with Jupiter in Taurus gets activated by Mars. There's some surprises, but they're positive surprises coming from your house of siblings or friendships or dreams and wishes or great career gains. And the window of the positive surprises with that Jupiter-Mars action plan is happening on August the 15th to the 18th. Uranus is unexpected and exhilarating. And yay, Mars is like, let's make something happen. Let's take some action. So an unexpected travel opportunity with a sibling, for example, or an unexpected financial gain from somebody who's benefiting you with a kind of endowment or a Patreon or something like that, August 15th to the 18th. And at the very end of the month, Mars will form a trine to Pluto. Now, Pluto is at the last degrees of Capricorn, and Mars is going to be at the last degrees of Virgo. This is an axis of third house, seventh house matters that are flowing here. And, your Capricorn house is your marriage house. So there's a bit of a positive development here regarding your significant primary love relationship. And it could be an opportunity for you and your love partner to travel as well, or to learn something together, or to do something creative in terms of writing or projects or classes together. These are just things I'm thinking of. It certainly means that with that Pluto placement, which can make your marriage and business partnerships very intense, this is a very softer spot in the sky. It's kind of a general principle here during the month of August of Mars initiating a trine, a grand trine of Earth between houses 11, 3, and 7, which can bring you some positive gains through contracts, negotiations, business partnerships, as well as through your marriage itself. All right. Last but not least, I'll talk a little bit about this idea of the moons, because you're lunar ruled and the moons make a big deal as well as the eclipses in your life. You have a full moon at the beginning of the month. This is around August the 1st at 9 degrees of Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is a big chunky money house for you. It's where you have your investments, your bank loans, your mortgages, your shared monies with a spouse. And there's a new beginning here. And this can take 6 months to fully unfold. But some of you, it can also be money that you gain through passive royalty income or subsidiary incomes, as well as maybe the sale of a property or home. And this is engaging this new beginning, this new moon at 9 degrees of Aquarius during the August 1st timeframe. Think 6 months, not short term. Second of all, you have another lunation that is worth noting, and that is that new moon that happens every year in your second house. This is kind of, attended this time by a Venus star point reset, giving it more power. But the new moon at 23 degrees, of your second house is also kind of working with the Venus star point on August 13th and saying, by August 16th, let's have a new moon here. So it's doubling down on a financial reset energy. Don't forget, this kind of new moon and financial reset combination in August only happens every 4 years. So it's a big energy of a reset of your finances. Look for that as a potential. Oh, I look for that as a potential new beginning. I apologize, guys. This is what happens when you're burning out. I'm on the cusp of a 6-week vacation. I apologize. So yes, a new moon, new beginning, 6 months to see how the new money story goes. I apologize. There's a full moon, a completion moon in Aquarius, not a new moon, a full moon in your 8th house. I so apologize. I'm not going to edit. I don't have time. So my mistake. I'm human after all. You have a full moon in your chunky money house at the beginning of the month. This is going to be a completion. You may take money off the table, sell some stocks, sell a home. Your partner may have some kind of completion of monies with you, business and love. This could be finalizing alimony and spousal support agreements, or the sale of a home. This is a full moon completing something that may have begun in your chunky money house 6 months earlier. So this August 1st full moon is that. I have deep dives into all the moons. We have 3 in the month of August because we have an end of month, August 31st full moon, blue moon in this case, in the sign of Pisces. And so if you want to sign up and subscribe to my channel, you'll get a lot of the deep dive of that, especially important because Cancer rising, you are lunar ruled. Again, thanks for listening, Cancer. The month of August has a lot of issues to do with money, but all the end game looks good. Take a time to hit the like button, subscribe. Don't forget the Aura app, 25% off. When you give it a try, 7-day free trial. I hope I said there was a 7-day free trial with 25% off when you use my affiliate link below in the description box below. I probably didn't even say that at the beginning. Duh. Have a great month, Cancer. I just might be zoning out.